Hello there. With the Renters' Rights Act introducing significant changes to the lettings landscape, it's never been more important to understand what it means for you as a landlord. In this video, we'll guide you through the key updates, what they mean in practice, and how you can stay compliant while continuing to protect your investment. The new legislation brings major changes to how properties are let, how tenants are selected, and how landlords regain possession. With increased regulation comes greater responsibility, and in some cases, stricter processes and longer timeframes. That's why understanding the rules and having the right systems in place has never been more important. Let's start with one of the most important changes, the first 12 months of a tenancy. This is now treated as a more secure period for tenants. If you're looking to sell your property or move back in, you won't be able to regain possession within the first 12 months. Instead, you'll need to wait at least 8 months before serving notice and then provide a minimum of 4 months' notice. This makes the start of a tenancy a more committed, long-term arrangement, where careful tenant selection is absolutely key. Next, tenancies are now periodic by default, meaning they no longer have a fixed end date. Tenants can leave at any time by giving 2 months' notice, which takes effect from their rent due date. For landlords, this places greater importance on maintaining a well-presented property and delivering a positive tenant experience to encourage longer stays. Where possession is required, notice periods are now longer. Here are some of the key examples. As previously mentioned, it's now 4 months' notice when selling or moving back in. For rent arrears, the threshold has increased from 2 months to 3, with notice periods extending from 2 weeks to 4. Other grounds for possession still apply, particularly where there has been a breach of tenancy, but these are some of the most common situations landlords will need to be aware of. Let's now look at the 2 main reasons landlords typically look to regain possession, either selling the property or moving back in, and what is now required. In both cases, the process is still very much possible, but it must now be clearly evidenced. For example, if you're selling your property, you'll need to demonstrate a genuine intention to sell, such as instructing an agent or preparing the property for market. Similarly, if you or an immediate family member intend to move in, you'll need to be able to demonstrate who will live there, their relationship to you, and that it will be their main residence. The key message here is simple. Show us. Don't just tell us. It's also important to be aware of new reletting restrictions. If you serve notice to sell your property or move back in, you cannot relet the property for 12 months from the possession date on the notice served. This is subject to the tenants vacating the property. This ensures these grounds are only used where the intention is genuine, so planning ahead is essential. There are also important updates around tenant applications. Blanket restrictions such as no DSS or no children are no longer permitted. Instead, every application must be assessed individually based on affordability, references, and suitability. This makes a clear and consistent referencing process more important than ever. Tenants now have stronger rights to request pets. As a landlord, you must consider these requests reasonably, based on the property and the type of pet. While you can't refuse without good reason, you can still take sensible steps to protect your property, such as recommending pet insurance. When it comes to rent, transparency is key. You must clearly advertise a single rental price, and accepting offers above the advertised rent is no longer permitted. This means setting the correct market price from the outset is crucial. Annual rent increases must also follow a structured process and be supported by market evidence, with well-maintained properties far more likely to justify increases and retain good tenants. Overall, these changes mean one thing. Managing a rental property is becoming more detailed, more regulated, and more time-intensive. From compliance and documentation to tenant management and legal processes, there's far less room for error. That's why many landlords are now choosing a fully managed approach. With ongoing legislative changes, having an expert team in place ensures everything is handled correctly, from compliance and paperwork through to day-to-day management. It allows you to protect your investment, reduce risk, and focus on the returns your property provides. With the Renters' Rights Act being introduced in stages, there is time to prepare, but taking action early is key. We're here to help you stay compliant and minimize hassle, so you can continue to invest smarter to live better. If you'd like advice tailored to your property or portfolio, speak to a member of our lettings team today. Contact details can be found on our website. Thank you for watching.